Look closely at the 1402 timestamp of the episode 7 Tribal Council. Focus on Savannah Louie's eyes just as Jeff Probst snuffs the torch of the voted-out player. It's not the triumphant glare of a master manipulator, nor the subtle relief of someone who just survived a blindside. There's a flicker of something else entirely, a micro-expression of understanding. This isn't the face of a villain, not entirely. This is the face of a player who knows they are being used to tell a very specific story. The official narrative, the one painting Savannah as the season's cutthroat antagonist, is a meticulously crafted illusion, designed to prime us for a downfall that might not be what it seems. We're going to break down how the Survivor 49 editing team is building Savannah's villain edit, not just to justify her eventual defeat, but potentially to manipulate our perception for a shocking final Tribal Council redemption. The first major clue that something was off with Savannah's portrayal emerged in episode 3. Remember the chaotic scramble for the immunity idol? Savannah was shown strategizing with multiple factions, her confessionals highlighting her desire to play both sides. On the surface, this reads as classic villainous duplicity. However, if you scrutinize the actual conversations, and more importantly, the reactions of the other players in those moments, something doesn't quite add up. We see close-ups of Savannah's intense eyes, the dramatic music swelling as she whispers to one ally, then immediately cuts to her walking away, leaving the audience to assume betrayal. Yet, when we see the betrayed ally later, their confessional often focuses on a different threat, or a general mistrust within the tribe, rather than a specific condemnation of Savannah. It's a subtle but critical inconsistency. The edit tells us Savannah is being sneaky, but the actual actions and reactions on screen don't always fully support the level of animosity the narrative tries to imply. This creates a disconnect, a nagging feeling that we're only getting part of the story. The end tone in Edgic, the consistently negative portrayal, is being meticulously constructed, episode by episode. It's not about her direct actions always being overtly bad, it's about the context and framing of those actions. The music choices, the selective confessionals, the reaction shots, all designed to guide our perception. This is where the psychological manipulation truly begins. Now, let's dive into the core of the villain edit breakdown. This isn't just about showing Savannah as strategic, it's about making her unlikable. Look at this screenshot from episode 5. Savannah is discussing her desire to blindside Liam, a generally popular player. The camera cuts to Sophie B, who is listening intently, almost with a look of disappointment. The juxtaposition is deliberate. Savannah's calculated confessionals are frequently paired with the genuine, often empathetic reactions of other players, particularly Sophie. This contrast creates a clear, good versus evil, dynamic. Notice the background reaction shots during challenges. When Savannah wins an individual immunity, we rarely see genuine congratulations from her peers. Instead, we often get tight shots of forced smiles or players avoiding eye contact. This subtle visual cue subtly reinforces the idea that even her triumphs are met with apprehension, not admiration. The music choice here is not accidental. Pay attention to the score that accompanies Savannah's confessionals. It's often dissonant, slightly unsettling, a sharp contrast to the inspiring, hopeful tones associated with Sophie B or other hero archetypes. This sonic conditioning is powerful. It tells us, on a subconscious level, how to feel about Savannah before she even speaks. Think about the recurring ominous sound effect that plays right before Savannah makes a strategic move that affects another player negatively. It's almost a cartoonish dun-dun-dun, but it works. It signals to the audience that this action is bad. Consider the narrative around the idol plays. Savannah was instrumental in orchestrating 2 successful idol plays, saving her alliance. Instead of being framed as brilliant strategic maneuvers, the edit consistently highlights the fallout, the despair of the targeted players, the disruption to tribal harmony. Her strategic prowess is acknowledged, but always with a negative undertone. We see confessionals from players expressing frustration with Savannah's influence, rather than admiration for her game. This isn't just about highlighting her strategic nature. It's about framing her influence as corrosive. The hashtag Savannah Truthers versus hashtag SophieBSweep debate on Twitter is a direct consequence of this careful editorial hand. The truthers are reacting to the subtle inconsistencies, the moments where Savannah's actions don't quite align with the pure villain label. They see a player who is simply playing hard, adapting, and making difficult decisions, which is, after all, the essence of Survivor. The sweep contingent, however, is being led by the more overt cues, the negative confessionals, the reaction shots, the dramatic music. The production is effectively weaponizing these editing techniques to create a polarized audience, precisely because it makes for compelling television. The question isn't if Savannah is strategic, it's how that strategy is being presented to us. The goal is clear: to keep us guessing, to fuel the debate, and to ensure maximum engagement. The consistent end tone, historically signaling a non-winner in the new era, is the ultimate red herring if she does indeed return for S50. It's too perfect, too on the nose for a show that thrives on unexpected twists. What does all this mean for the rest of Survivor 49 and the confirmed return of Savannah in Survivor 50? It means we are watching a masterclass in narrative manipulation. The villain edit isn't just a simple label, it's a meticulously constructed character arc, designed to serve a larger purpose. If Savannah faces a bitter defeat at Final Four at firemaking, the audience will have been expertly conditioned to cheer for it. Her villainy will justify her downfall, making Sophie B's triumph all the sweeter. However, the revelation of her return for Survivor 50 fundamentally shifts this dynamic. Why bring back a loser, dragon just to be defeated again? This suggests a deeper play. The production could be banking on this intense, polarizing Villain edit, to set up a massive redemption arc in S50, where she potentially crowns herself as the first female villain winner of the new era. Her Survivor 49 edit might not be about justifying her loss, but rather about laying the groundwork for a future victory, making her a sympathetic, misunderstood character in hindsight. The edit isn't just a byproduct of the game, it's the game itself, shaping our perception, fueling our debates, and ultimately determining the legacy of players like Savannah Louie.